Okie dokie. Pull this up so I have the chat. Alright. There is a small delay. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm going to send out the message on the community tab. Just kind of chit chat, talk, see how everything's going. Hopefully everyone is doing very well. If you're watching us afterwards, if you haven't, make sure to go and check out the last buy and hold forever dividend video I just posted. I did something really different with my editing that I usually don't do, and I did it for about a minute and a half or two, and it took a while, but if it takes well, people like that. I absolutely don't mind doing that from now on. And I mean, if Facecam is what you want as well, it's what you get. I want to please the masses and grow this into something amazing. But yeah, just wanting to hang out, chit chat for a bit. What's going on in the stock world? Tech stocks quite heavily overvalued, you don't say. After the year that we've had. So if you're watching us afterwards, this is my portfolio. I got it pulled up in Qualtrim. This is the software that I use for pretty much everything. This shows me the 200-day moving average for everything that I own. As you can see, Hershey's still down quite a bit, and I don't want any more Hershey right now. SCHD is my biggest position. Behind that is MasterCard, and then Extra Space Storage and Hershey. And I'm not really wanting to add too much more to those positions. I'm DCAing in the SCHD as time goes on. I wouldn't mind to see Alta drop back down to the 400, below 400. I would absolutely load the boat up on that there. Absolutely. But I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. We will wait and see. I am a big fan of it. I don't know if you have looked into Alta or not. I will pull it up here. Like, the balance sheet with this thing is just beautiful. They've got like consistent quarter over quarter growth, year over year growth. Like, this is set up quarterly, and it's just very nicely going up. Really, really like this company. I know it's not a dividend payer, but they do share buybacks, which is just as good as dividends. Hello. Have any questions or anything? Let me know. Want me to look up a stock? Want me to do anything? Just let me know. But yeah, I really like Ulta. It's just up and to the right with pretty much everything. This stock is crazy good. And another thing that I really love about it is no debt. That is such a big thing. There's been times here and there over the past 20 years where they've had debt. What is a share buyback? A share buyback is when, instead of paying, so the way that companies can reward shareholders is through paying a dividend or by buying back their own shares, which reduces the overall share count of the company and gives you a bigger and bigger piece of the pie. So as you can see here, Ulta, they have been buying back their shares pretty aggressively. Um, let's say you bought into it in 2022, they had 54 million shares outstanding. Now they have 51.7 million shares outstanding, probably even less. So now your one share counts as more of the company. Like, it is a very useful tool that a lot of high cash flow companies take advantage of, and they do it. MasterCard's another one. But yeah, as you can see here, usually if they have really high cash flow, as you can see, Ulta, a lot of cash flow going on, they will absolutely buy back shares. It is very nice. It's a thing that it's one of the things I look for. Like I said, MasterCard is another one that does that same thing. If you see here, they've got a ridiculous amount of free cash flow, right at 14% growth over the last 10 years. They also pay a dividend out to their shareholders, so you get 57 cents per share per quarter whenever they distribute this. And they also do share buybacks, 2.56% share buybacks. Nvidia, I think they are doing that a little bit. Here, let me pull them up. I know they got the cash flow to do it. If they're not doing it, they're crazy. They just reported their earnings and they slaughtered. They absolutely destroyed on their earnings, which is good. They did really well. Take a look at the quarterly. See if they're actually buying back their shares. Come on now. There we go. So they are. It doesn't actually look like they're buying back shares all that much, which is confusing. Because why would you not be buying back those shares? No, Nvidia's not really doing share buybacks. Nvidia is probably one of my favorite companies for many reasons. Yeah, they are on an absolute tear this year. I mean, I completely get it, especially if you got in early. Man, this thing's killing it. Yeah, back in October, really dropped the ball on that one. 119 a share. Now, it's cracked the 500 mark. It's at 483 right now. It's absolutely nuts how much a lot of companies have went up this year. And it was supposed to be a bad year. Everyone was afraid of like this 2023 recession it was supposed to hit this year, but it never showed its face. Never happened. But yeah, Nvidia is just a cash flow machine. Absolutely nuts what this company is able to do. I don't personally own it because like I done missed out and I don't want to jump in and just FOMO buy it. But man, if you got in earlier this year, you are loving life. I did a little research, but know a good amount about the tech industry, so I figured it would explode this year. I mean, yeah, you nailed it. Depending on whenever you got in, you're probably up twice your money or more. I know I missed the opportunity. I was afraid to jump into a lot of different things. Like I missed out on. If I could go back to October, I'm telling you, October was the time to be investing. I mean, what was the S&P 500 back then? I say back then, it was like less than a year ago. Yeah, the SPY was at 356, and it is at 456 right now. So I mean, the S&P 500 ETF here, SPY is almost up $100 since then. Wish I'd have bought more. Yeah. Yeah, I would have. This is my portfolio. This is my dip finder watch list for it. These are my actual share counts and my average cost basis. I feel like I missed out on some of the buying opportunity when it came to Apple. I could have jumped in or held a lot sooner than I did, but I mean, 177 is not a terrible cost basis, especially because I can see Apple just blowing up over the next couple of years. I've been tempted here and there to sell it, but I haven't. So I think I'm just going to end up holding it for the long run. Hello, welcome. I appreciate you in here, Chris, talking to me and stuff. It's awesome. But yeah, this is the portfolio looking. Hey, bro, are you out of the South? I detect a Southern accent. My family is mostly from the. Yeah. I was originally born in Virginia, and I now live in Kentucky. Yo, what's up, Dilo? But yeah, I'm currently in Kentucky. I've lived here for a couple years now. How's everybody doing this morning? Why do you like Texas Roadhouse? I don't just like Texas Roadhouse. I love Texas Roadhouse. Let me show you. I use Qualtrim for pretty much everything, but let me show you here through Qualtrim Insights. Texas Roadhouse, it's got a great history of revenue growth, free cash flow growth. They grow their dividend like crazy. Let's just take a look at the numbers here. 1.99% dividend yield. Payout ratio is 48%. That's good, man. Awesome. I'm glad to hear everything as well. I might have to get it. If you haven't checked out Joseph Carlson, this is through his Patreon. It's what I use. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse. I haven't eaten it in a while, but the revenue growth for Texas Roadhouse, 12.26% over the last 10 years. Their free cash flow has been going up at a rate of 15.84% over the last 10 years. EPS is just bonkers. They managed to grow their EPS from 2007 through 2008 and 2009 when everything was just going to heck during the financial crisis. They managed to actually grow their EPS. I just use Seeking Alpha, but I like the graphs on here. Seeking Alpha is another really useful tool. Hello, everybody. But yeah, Texas Roadhouse, they've just got everything about this company just screams amazing. Dividend growth, 16.44% over the last 10 years. And another thing that I love with my companies, no debt. Another reason why I like Ulta so much. They do not have debt. They've got leases, but when it comes to their debt, big O zero. Still at a buying point in your opinion. At 111, not financial advice, I would wait. I think it is up a little bit. It's near its all-time high, I believe. Let me check here. Yeah, its all-time high is 115, and it is setting at 111, right at 112. So for me, it's personally a wait. I wouldn't mind seeing this thing dip below 100 again. I see, like, we had the opportunity here back in October, and I was loading up a little bit more then. But I mean, overall, it's a great company. Check out ENPH. All right, we'll check it out here. Welcome, by the way. Thanks for dropping in. Enphase. I have heard a lot of people. I've seen this one come up quite a bit here lately. It's one of the solar. Yeah, it's a part of the solar industry, which is hit really hard. A lot of your solar and utility stocks have been just destroyed by the interest rates being as high as they are now. But I mean, they've got some great revenue growth, free cash flow generation. EPS looks like it is going up. Let's look at the quarterly here. And free cash flow and revenue's down a little bit. They got a good bit of cash to debt ratio, which is not bad. I don't know, a lot of people really do like this company though. What's its all-time high here? Ah yeah, this went over $300 the end of 2022. It has plummeted. Do you select stocks? I am 20, so I'm noob. I do something that's called the core and satellite holding with my portfolio. I have an ETF, which is my core, and I've built up individual positions around it, kind of like a satellite orbiting Earth. But as you can see here, these are my share counts. I got 24 shares of SCHD, 5 shares Texas Roadhouse, and Extra Space Storage. And I'm kind of building around SCHD currently. But I like this setup. I beat the S&P 500 last year by, I think, 6.45%, and I'm beating it this year by about 5.5%. So I mean, it's working for me. I'm personally pretty interested in the tech industry outside my safer ETFs. I feel like I've got a decent pulse on the industry. Used to be heavy into tech, especially building PSCs. I mean, if one of the smartest things that anyone's ever said is invest in what you know. Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch both have stated this time and time again. Invest in what you know, so you are familiar with it, and like, you know how the company works, you know what's good, you know what's bad. I do core and satellite with my dividend growth, 60% SCHD and VIG, rest are hey, that's what's up. That's textbook core and satellite. FICO is my favorite growth stock. FICO has had a year, man. That, talk about missing out. So this is my actual watch list of stocks I've got my eyeball on. But FICO, my goodness, they have had a year, and it's like they never go down. Never go down. This company is just a rocket ship straight to the moon. Unless you're Warren Buffett or Munger, I think mostly individual companies is a bad idea. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you want to put in the work for individual holdings and do the research, know the ins and outs of them, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want, just the safest route possible, there's nothing wrong with just a straight up ETF portfolio. You're up 28% on your FICO. Man, like I said, FICO is just crazy, man. It never drops. That's the thing. Like, we look here last 10 years, it's just, there are dips here and there, but like this year is just a rocket ship straight up. Look at that, it's just crazy. Back in October, when like the last big low in the S&P 500, FICO was right at $405. Wish I could go back. I wish I could go back to October. Really feel like I missed it with this one. I have a lot of Amazon. That's been great. Amazon's another really, really good company. I think it's on my watch list. It and Google both. They're, again, having just an absolute nuts year. 71.55% for Amazon. I bought 100 shares in October. Oh my gosh. You got in at a great time. That's awesome. Congrats on that, man. You timed that out perfectly. FICO, no, I would not still buy it right now. It is, I mean, it doesn't go down. Not personal investment advice. I'm not telling you to not buy it or to buy it, but personally for me, I'm not buying it right now. I would love to see it dip back down into the 800s range, but besides that, I'm just sitting and watching it go up, which I'm doing with quite a few companies. Again, the last one I jumped into, I got a small position in, is Ulta. I wish I would have bought a little bit more of it when I had the chance. I got into it in the 390s. But what's everybody up to today? What are we doing? Got any plans? I know Thanksgiving's around the corner. And after the stream, if yous haven't, I did upload a new video today, guys. I greatly appreciate it if yous can go over and check it out whenever we're done here. I wouldn't buy it at price either. They're better stock. Yep, there are a lot of things that are still dipping. You just gotta know where to look. A lot of REITs, whole lot of REITs are down still. Down in great, what I would consider buy areas too. I know I've been long Extra Space Storage. I was buying through this in the, I think I got in right around this area, and I bought all the way down to the low 100s, and now it's popped back up to 127. What are some of your favorite growth stocks? Well, right now, if we're talking about growth stocks, ones that do not pay dividends, it's definitely got to be Ulta. I really love Ulta. Another one that I really, really like, excuse me, is AutoZone. Get in the zone. I love that song. It's so catchy. But AutoZone's another one. Reason being is they just do ridiculous amount of share buybacks. They've been averaging over 6% share buybacks in the last 10 years, and they've only got 19 million outstanding shares. I have a lot of ETFs, but I want to go for more growth stocks. I mean, I absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just with my family, watching my Packers for Thanksgiving. Hey, I'm gonna be checking out some football too. I'm a big football fan. Buying up Vici and IIPR. Okay, Vici is so good. Vici is a great real estate investment trust. The thing with Vici, it was one of my. I did a video today that just came out. 3 dividend stocks you can buy and hold forever. Vici was on there. This company is just so good. Its dividend yield's 5.89% right now, and they continuously do over 7% dividend hikes, which is very, very nice. I wouldn't mind if I can get some cash built up and Vici dips back down in the 27s area, loading up a little bit on this. Picking up a little bit of Vici. But yeah, I just wanting to hang out, talk stocks. My biggest mistake investing is not starting a little bit younger, honestly. Yeah, it's the same here. I got into investing in 2020 when it seemed like the world was going to end, everything was burning down around us. Whenever I started investing, I chased just hype. I did not know anywhere near the amount of information and stuff that I know now, and I feel like I missed out on a ton of opportunities. One stock that absolutely destroyed me whenever I first started investing, I threw most of my money in, was NEO. If you know anything about this, it's just been a train wreck. Do you have a favorite football team? Yes, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have been a Steelers fan for forever and a day. And I absolutely can look up IIPR. But NEO, I got in around 40s, and it dipped. I bought a little bit more, and I think I sold around here-ish. I sold it dead even, and since then, done a lot more research. I've grown a lot more as an investor, and I had just beaten the market ever since then. But IIPR, let's go ahead and take a look at that. I think that's a real estate investment trust as well. I had no knowledge and basically just put money in companies I just personally like, new, surprisingly good choices. I mean, again, invest in what you know is never a bad idea because you understand the ins and outs of the company. Innovative Industrial. This is a cannabis, isn't it? I believe. Yep, medical use cannabis. So let's take a look here. Whoa, that dividend yield's almost 9%. That is up a lot. Last 5 years, looks like at one point they were at $280. Tomlin's got to. No, he does not. Mike Tomlin's pretty good, man. He's a great coach. Ever since he's been there, the Steelers have not had a losing season. I mean, they need to just go back to the running game because they used to be a run-heavy offense. But yeah, IIPR looks like they're down quite a bit. Look at the quarter numbers. Still growing. Quarter over quarter, revenue's going up. Free cash flow isn't decreasing. They're debt doesn't look like it's all that terrible, neither. No, no, their debt's actually pretty manageable for a real estate investment trust. Sure, they're issuing shares still. And it looks like they haven't even been doing that. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Um, I know the big thing with anything dealing with cannabis is just state laws and regulations. A lot of the times that weighs in on the valuations of a lot of these companies. I know back in the early 2020 area, uh, someone is always the scapegoat. My dad jokingly stated I should invest for him. I mean, sit down, talk to him, stock it up. But yeah, there was in 2020 weren't there just like 10 or 20 plus just random cannabis stocks that just was thrown out there? Slipped in avoiding the disgruntled mail carriers. Slipped in avoiding the disgruntled mail carriers. What? Oh, so is anyone looking at anything stock wise? Anything on anyone's watch list? Oh, I do appreciate everybody. Just sitting here chatting with me. I'll have to start doing these more often. If you haven't, make sure to like the stream. Drop a subscribe, and after stream, make sure to go check out my last upload. I'd greatly appreciate it. But yeah, just vibing. That's my thinking. I think cannabis laws will ease up and it might boom. Yeah, once that happens, if it ever gets to just straight legalization, a lot of those companies are going to absolutely explode. I think the cannabis industry is either going the way of the dodos or it's going to be brought up by huge companies. I mean, I could see that too. I could absolutely see that. Just a lot of acquisitions and some of your bigger name companies just come in and start gobbling them up. See Altria, maybe Philip Morris coming in, just gobbling up a couple of cannabis stocks, companies. They're unhappy with having to stuff mailboxes with receipts from Charles Schwab's. Have you been doing a couple purchases there, Kevin? I've been selling cover calls on Mara, and it's been great. Yeah, Mara's another one I've been seeing here and there. I haven't looked at it. Mara, Marathon Digital Holding. This is a crypto company, isn't it? I think so. I think they have crypto. They're like a crypto mining company. About even in price right now. I've averaged 1.15% returns. I mean, weekly return of that's pretty good. First time selling options, dipping my toes into it. I don't know a whole lot about option trading and stuff like that. I use M1 Finance, and they don't have the options for options on their brokerage. I wish they would, because that is something that I wouldn't mind learning. I know that I could just open up another brokerage account, but I just really, really like how M1's set up. But back to the cannabis thing, yeah. Once regulations ease up and they just get that approval stamp from the government, the legalization stamp, it will just shoot right up. I'm not touching options. I don't understand them, and am good for now. I mean, yeah. Again, invest in what you know. I don't know too much about options, but if I needed to, I'm sure I could jump in and do the research for it. You only have 100 shares. So do you buy like 100 shares, and once you accumulate 100 shares of a holding, start selling options on that? I think it's called like cover calls or something. Sell cover calls. I know the average Joe investor. I've watched his YouTube channel from time to time. He does a lot of option trading. I use M1 for long-term holdings and Robinhood for options. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could easily open up another brokerage, but I haven't gotten around to it. Just juggling a lot right now. I'm off work for a week, so I am very excited about that. M1 is amazing. Absolutely agree with you on that. I don't have the financials to risk options. I mean, yeah, it's a risky game. I mean, if you play it wrong, you could end up selling your shares for cheaper than you'd want. You might miss out on your premium. So I think that's the big thing when it comes to selling options. You want to collect that option premium, but still be able to hang on to your shares. So it is a little risky, but I mean, it's something I see a lot of people use to their benefit and do it very well. Was DCA in 16 buys a month trying to slowly build positions at $25 increments? The last few months have leapfrogged selected positions. O, WU, UPS. WU, Western Union, I believe is what that is. Yeah, really income below 50 was just screaming at me. I almost bought in a couple times, but I didn't actually pull the trigger on it. You agreed to sell your shares at a price in the future if the price goes up. I bought 100 Maras at 10.20. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, sir. WU. Let me take a look at WU, Western Union. It's not been one I've looked at it before, but it's been a hot minute. Just a free cash flow yield of 8.98%. It's not too bad. Dividend yield's 8% almost, and their payout ratio is 47.7. That's not too bad. The thing is, the risk is what you choose. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there are safer stocks for option selling out there too. I think I see Coca-Cola and Altria Group as two big ones. Western Union over the last 5 years, down. But have they bottomed? That's the thing. Pretty good free cash flow. It's not growing. Good financials. Yeah. Dividend. And they're buying back shares, which I mean is always a good thing. I love companies buy back those shares. I don't know. It's a little bit all over the place ish for me with the revenue and free cash flow and stuff. But I mean, it's not to say that it's not a good company. You can somewhat control it. I only sell covered calls that are far out of the money, typically above 10.50, so I can sell them at a profit. Oh yeah, I mean the semiconductor industry just as a whole has went nuts this year. Like it is just crazy. Broadcom, Intel is up I think 70% year to date. But yeah, these are just cash flow generating companies, just absolutely bonkers. Broadcom's up 76%. I think Intel, like I said, is also up 67.6%. Yeah. Do you like Starbucks? I do like Starbucks. I think Starbucks is a great company. There's one in the town over from me that I make sure to drop in and check out from time to time. But they've got a good dividend yield. Payout ratio 60%, not too high. Good revenue growth, right at 10% over the last 10 years. Their free cash flow could be a little bit better, but it's not terrible. And they were buying back shares, and they've got a really strong return on capital employed, which I love. Very nice. Are options considered day trading? Because wouldn't the tax implication be pretty negative? So I don't know if you hold 100 shares for so long when you're able to collect qualified dividends on those shares, if when you sell options on them they're considered qualified or not. It's not generally tax efficient. Thank you, Dylan. I wasn't 100% on that. But I mean, back to that, you're only paying taxes on the profits. So I mean, you make $100 and you gotta pay 15% on the $100. You still get to pocket 85. I mean, it's not. I personally don't think it's a bad deal. I know a lot of people hate on dividend investing just for that reason. They're just like, you got to pay taxes on it. You got to pay taxes on your growth stocks when you sell them. And depending on your tax bracket, you might not even be taxed all that much. And if you can get qualified dividends, you might not have to pay any taxes whatsoever. Get my animals running around right now. Ian's got any pets? And then we got some dogs, got some cats, got a turtle running around here. He was the motivation for the channel name, Tortoise Investing. Slow and steady to that financial freedom. Love my animals. Most dividends turn to long-term capital gains, which is nice, tax efficient, way more than your, absolutely. I mean, right now at my job, I'm getting taxed 19 to 21% on each paycheck, and because of where I sit with my tax bracket, I think I've only got to pay tops 10% on my dividends. Not a tax advisor. Yeah, this is a financial advice. Do your own research and due diligence. Is there anything else you want me to take a look at? Got any other questions? Again, like I've said, I'm just here chit-chatting. I have a dog named Jazz. Yeah, we got... I got a big boy named Meatball. He weighs probably 120 pounds. He's a... pit rot mix, and then I've got a little Shih Tzu terrier. Her name is Blossom. Just bought a PC. Hey, that's what's up. Where'd you get it? Can finally play Halo well. I've been playing. I mean, I love me some games. Been playing Destiny 2 pretty religiously for a while, and I just picked up Remnant 2. I was playing that before. I was just like, I'm gonna live stream a little bit. What is your opinion on Altria? So much mixed messages on that one. My opinion with Altria. Take a look here. Is it a dying industry? Smoking. Yes. It is going down. But the thing with this company is they have pricing power. So let's say their sales go down 3%. They can just increase their price their products up, 4 to 5%. And just cancel it out. And it's the thing with this. It's like, it's such an addictive thing that like people will cut off their right arm and sell it sometimes. Excuse me. To make sure they get their smokes. Who do you like in the consumer discretionary sector? Looking for a good third. Consumer discretionary. When it comes to the consumer sector, the big names that pop up, of course, are your Altria, your PG. I don't know. I don't think I take the one consumer stock that I hold is Hershey, and I guess technically you could say Ulta in a way. These are the type of consumer companies I like. Good revenue growth, good free cash flow growth, a strong return on capital employed. Really what I try to aim for, because I feel like with those ingredients, it makes for a great company. It's going to grow in the long run. What do you think of Ally? Ally scares me. I won't lie. I do not like Ally. Personal opinion, most of their money comes from car loans. They deal with a lot of that in their industry, and that's just been a mess right now because of the interest rates being so high. A lot of people are having issues getting cars, and it has been reflective of the company. It's kind of been all over the place. I don't own any bank stocks. So I mean, I might just be biased against it, but personally, with interest rates and stuff the way that they are right now, I think that this company is going to still have a little bit of a rough year or so. It is a banking, and I think they deal a lot with financing vehicles. You got your computer from CyberPower, Ryzen 9. Has it got a pretty good graphic card in there? CyberPower is legit when it comes to buying PCs and stuff. I think Altria can also switch themselves up. I think they're getting more into vaping. They absolutely are. They did a big acquisition earlier this year, I believe, and they've got a couple of other things. I think I got some cannabis stuff in the works, and again, pricing power is just going to help them just excel. If their sales go down, it doesn't matter. Their volume goes down, their sales can still remain the same if they just increase their prices. I see that as an opportunity once rates decrease. Absolutely. I think a lot of banks are just. This next bull market cycle is going to be. It's going to be interesting. I know a lot of people say that we're in one right now, but if you take out the Magnificent Seven, is what they've called it. I think the S&P 500 is just up barely on the year. I'm not sure. I mean, no one knows. No one knows anymore. I mean, Jay Powell could come out tomorrow and just be like, increase the rates again, and just the market would just plummet. It absolutely plummet. Ultra is so huge, I don't see it going away anytime soon. Absolutely. They have been increasing their dividend for over 50 years. They're still increasing their dividend at a rate of 4% plus every year, which, is inflation beating in the long run. The company's just they can't really do no wrong. They've been through it all. Increase it through wars, financial crisis, COVID. They have just kept on trucking. I think LA is beat up. I collect 5% dividend yield on the way up. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can collect that dividend yield and absolutely just reinvest it, get your cost average down. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think SP is 9% up, okay-ish. Yeah, I think what is it up year to date? Year to date, it is up 19.6%, but I think if you take out the Magnificent Seven, that's more like it's a lot less than that, because those companies just absolutely just went bonkers, and Microsoft, it seems like they can't do no wrong. Absolutely cannot do no wrong. This company is going to be at 400 a share before we know it. Do you like SCHG or VGT? Well, in my Roth IRA, it's not very much. I'm putting just a little bit each paycheck into it. I only have SCHG in it, and I put $25-$50 when I can in it and just forget about it. I like SCHG more because it's got a broader range of holdings. I like it even more than the QQQ or QQQM because of volatility reasons. Also, dude, you did great with Ryan like a week ago. I'd love to talk with him too, but I've got pretty bad camera anxiety. Working on that though. I was a little bit nervous at first. I won't lie. If you've watched it at first, like the first couple minutes, I'm like stiff as a board, but it kind of relaxed into it. He is absolutely amazing. I love the guy. He's gave me so much advice. He's helped me out. My thumbnails used to be so bad, and he kind of directed me where I needed to go with that. I got Adobe Express, started making my thumbnails through that. They look a lot better. And my last video, I added in a little turtle instead of face cam, seeing as I've seen my ugly mug. You can see how that does. If people like the turtle, I can keep the turtle in, edit him in a little bit with the videos. If they don't, I can just do cam. So I'm just really going to give that video a couple days, see what people think, see what the crowd reactions are. It helped when Ryan also said he was horrible on camera at first. Nice guy, really. Yeah, I can't brag enough about him. He's awesome. I really enjoyed talking to him too. I think we talked for over an hour. It seems like it was just yesterday, but it's like 3 weeks ago now. There are a lot of people out there that I watch daily, and I just enjoy their content. They're so good. Is there any other channels that Yins watch? I know I love Joseph Carlson. Watch the Dividend Diplomats, Dividendology, Data, Dividend Bull, Dividend. I appreciate everyone in here though, chatting with me and stuff. Got any questions? Hit me with them. I'm here just enjoying it. This is awesome. If there's any stocks you want me to look up, check out, look into, talk about, this is fun. I need to do more live streams. Lenny is great. Yes, absolutely. Do you have an opinion on Tesla? Tesla is a great buy it and buy on red, forget about it for 10, 15 years, and come back and see what happened. I think they are the leader in the EV industry. It's so volatile. That's the big thing with it. It's just like there are so many spikes up and down, up and down. And like if Elon Musk just makes one dumb tweet or X or whatever you want to call it, the stock will crater 10-15%. It's all over the place. It's a buy it, forget it's there, come back later, see how it's doing type thing. My personal opinion. Ryan, Russ, and Kevin. When you say Kevin, you mean Meet Kevin? Hello, everybody. Meet Kevin here. Bought a decent amount of Tesla and trying to ignore the noise and not look at it. Exactly. It's you said it. This feels like a nerdy kingdom for me. Nobody I know is as nerdy about stocks in my real life. That's the thing. It's another thing that motivated me to make this. One, I'm wanting to try and build this community up into something great and that I can like do constantly. But yeah, it's just a good way to kind of chit chat with everyone, talk about stocks. Absolutely. If it can innovate like it is, it should win. Oh, absolutely. Like Elon's a genius, but he's also like slightly crazy, which isn't a bad thing. Do you have a Discord server? No, I do not have a Discord server. I do have Discord, but I haven't set up a server. It might be something I do at a later date. But I mean, yeah, that'd be a neat little thing to put together. Kind of inform everyone when I've got uploads and stuff going out. Because right now I am abusing the YouTube community tab for all that. Kevin Burgess. Might have to look into him. I've not heard of him. But I'm always down for finding and discovering new people to watch and learn from and just chat with in general. I love it when Elon tweets something that pisses people off. If the stock goes down, good time to buy. People forget dumb internet controversy. Yeah, like that's the thing with him. Like the stock will go up and down 10-15% over the course of a week or a month here and there. And it can be as simple as just something he tweets or something he did. If he, gets a different flavor ice cream than what he usually gets, Tesla dropped 10%. It's crazy. So many investing servers are just trash. I mean, I haven't really jumped into just random ones. I know I'm in Ryan Williams. I've got his Discord server. I'm part of Joseph Carlson's. I think those are the only two. That's where I do a lot of my just random stock talk and stuff at. Boop. Let's see here. Those are paid, right? The Joseph Carlson one is. The Ryan Williams one is not. I think the Joseph Carlson one, I got into it through the Patreon with him, and that's also how I have access to Qualtrim Insights. I absolutely love this tool. I use this weekly. You will see this in my videos. I absolutely love Qualtrim. But Ryan Williams, I think his stuff's free. Um, if you haven't, go make sure to go check out his channel. Uh, he's got a website, like a blog that he updates a couple times a week, where he talks about just investing in general, what he's buying, what he's selling, and he's got a free portfolio tracker and like analysis spreadsheet that you can get just for free off his channel. So I mean, it's something to go check out, especially if you don't have a portfolio tracker. I personally just use Track Your Dividends. This is what I've got everything set up through, and I like it. It works. It does what I need. Yo. 11:38. So has anyone got any plans for the day? I mean, I'll sit here and talk all day. That's how I am. Thoughts on Scooby-Doo? I used to watch it a lot whenever I was little. When I was little, I'd talk like I'm super old. I'm 31. Um, I mean, I don't really watch much TV anymore. I got Netflix, we got Paramount, and Amazon Prime Video is another thing that we watch a lot of. Big shows that we've been watching here lately: The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Awesome show on Amazon Prime. Absolutely love it. And we're waiting for Reacher season 2 to come out on Amazon Prime. That is another really, really awesome show. Just gonna eat some China King, play some games. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm probably gonna get back to Remnant 2 whenever I'm done here. I just check periodically with the channel throughout the day, see how the upload's doing, see what people think about the like little animated turtle dude on my on the video. And hopefully it takes well. If it doesn't, I mean, I understand too. I can just do face cam. But if people like it, they like it. Do you like Visa and MasterCard? I absolutely love MasterCard and Visa, honestly. They are fantastic companies. Clean the house for guests tomorrow since the market is closed. Yeah, I need to probably do a little tidying up around here too. Got Thanksgiving dinner we're going to. But MasterCard and Visa are both just absolute behemoths. Absolutely amazing. You cannot go wrong with those. MasterCard's been kind of trading sideways since like the end of 2021. It's kind of been around the 400 area. I own it in my portfolio. What's my buy price? My average buy price is $387. But yeah, this and Visa kind of hand in hand with each other. Very similar companies, very similar goals. I just ultimately went with MasterCard over Visa. You can't go wrong with either of them. They're just absolutely nuts. These are such wide moat companies, absolutely behemoths. I can't even get myself to pay for an investing helper. I'm very frugal and mostly invest into ETFs anyways. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with, cutting back on a couple things that you don't need or that aren't, necessarily important, and, throw that into an ETF. Just let it ride. Goes up, goes down. Just keep buying. Get a good, solid DCA. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. You look at DraftKings. I just bought a decent amount after losing a lot of gambling. I use DraftKings weekly. They got some free contests that you can enter into for NFL games, and they give out cash prizes for those. But yeah, we absolutely can take a look at DraftKings. Yeah, they're up. Oh my goodness, they're up 250% this year. Holy macaroni. I didn't know they were up this much. I didn't know NVIDIA had some competition when it comes to how much they've went up. I've gambled like 500 away, but I've made 100 back for the stock. I don't personally gamble. Like I said, the DraftKings things I enter into are free. But I mean, it's growing. I know a big thing with them. Oh, they had a profitable quarter. That's huge, because they have been negative for forever, as you see. The big thing with them is state laws and regulations. Um, I know they tried to get it uh, legalized for DraftKings through California, and I don't know if that's went through or not yet. But that's going to be a huge base for them. Like California's huge, and they've got a ton of people over there. It could be just buying into stuff, and that would definitely help with their revenue streams and stuff. As you can see, their revenue, everything's trending in the white direction, trending in the right direction, trending in the right direction. I don't really buy liabilities like at all anymore. The next one I might buy is running shoes. Thinking of getting my slight tubby self to get going again. Nothing wrong with getting out, being active. I know Ryan Williams does a morning stream at 9 o'clock Central. It's 9 o'clock my time. I think it's 7 o'clock California, Nevada time. It's where he lives out there in Vegas area. But he does. He walks on a treadmill every morning, and he live streams it. People come in, talk stocks while he's walking to 100. It's kind of a neat little thing. Definitely something to go check out if you haven't. Again, check him out too. He's an absolutely amazing person. But yeah, my job is so physically taxing that like I come home and I feel like I've ran 10 miles or worked out for 8 consecutive hours. That's why I'm thinking of buying more IIPR and DraftKings. If law for cannabis and gambling ease up, I mean, you are absolutely right. Beer maker, Matt, IIPR is like cannabis real estate, and DraftKings is like gambling for like football games, stuff like that. I think I got NBA, boxing, just a bunch of other stuff on there. Yeah, I mean DraftKings is. I didn't know it was up this much. I won't lie. They had their last high of $71 back in March 2021. Oh, but yeah. Think of anything, the law in this country are overall getting far more restrictive. Yeah, a lot of things are getting more restrictive. Without getting too heavily into like politics stuff. Yeah, I don't. It's a whole thing. There are some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with, but I mean, it is what it is. We gotta make the most out of what we can, learn what we can every day, and just keep marching ahead. Oh, my cat's meowing super loud. The regulations in my state on cannabis are very tough. Yeah, I think they're pretty bad here in Kentucky too. Maybe awesome. I think Kentucky is also pretty rough when it comes to that. Puppy cam. She's a little Shih Tzu Terrier. I'll put you down, baby. Ah! No! No! Ah! Sorry, my bulldog. Buddy, you gotta get down. Get down. Good boy. Kentucky would benefit a lot from legalization. I mean, legalization of that would be a huge tax benefit for a lot of states. Oh, got the dog's riled up. Go lay down. But when it comes to that, like, of course they would tax it, and that would. Listen, go lay down. Sorry if you hear the. But absolutely would help with tax benefits and just get a lot of these states more cash flow going in. Dispensaries get to nickel and dime grow ops like crazy. I don't think it's sustainable. I mean, I don't know how they work personally. I've not been to any of them. I've not done too much research into them. But I mean, they're where they do work at, especially I think in Colorado, just cash generating machines. Absolutely crazy cash generating machines. Oh, has anyone got any other questions or anything we want to talk about? Anything we want to jump into? I'm definitely going to look to do more live streams in the future because this is super fun. I love just chit chatting with everybody, and I 100,000% appreciate everyone that has dropped in here just to hang out with me. This is super cool. Yeah, I know a lot of places are against it, like super heavily, and then a lot of places are super about it, like super heavily. What is your favorite growth company? Um, so besides Alta, because I love Alta, right now one that I've got my eye on is SoFi. I would love for this to get back into the 5 area. I would 800,000% jump into it. I know it doesn't pay a dividend. I'm usually into dividend stocks, but I think SoFi has an amazing future ahead of it, and it's just got so many things ticking for it in the right direction. Um, they need to be profitable. That's the big thing. But I mean, the growth of this company's revenue is just spectacular. What is your favorite music? So I'm a big fan of. We got Taking Back Sunday. Really love that band. Panic at the Disco. I've seen them live twice. I've also seen Taking Back Sunday live. I'm a big music person. Got guitar. Ally over SoFi. I don't know. I mean, SoFi feels pretty strong. They got their banking charter. They do a lot of the student loans. Once that starts getting paid back and stuff, it's going to help with their profitability. But I like a lot of like punk rock things. Paramore, another one I really like to listen to. Their older stuff. I haven't listened to much of their newer stuff. Ew. But I think we're gonna end it there, guys. I'm gonna get to it here at the house and do a couple things. Um, Again, if you haven't after the stream here, make sure to go over and check out the buy and hold forever video I just uploaded this morning. Drop a like on it, comment it up. Um, I'd greatly appreciate it. I appreciate everyone's support and just dropping in here and just saying, hanging out with me, chatting, saying hi. I really greatly appreciate it, and I intend to do this, live streams more in the future. Just stay tuned on the community tab is when I'll be posting when I'm gonna be going live. I don't know if ringing a notification bell lets you know when I'm going live or not, but I mean, it can't hurt to do it. But yeah, I really appreciate you, and I hope everyone has a great day. And if I don't, do this again before Thanksgiving, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. And until next time, everybody, take care. See you.